Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses. And this video is going to be part 1 in a series called Zodiac, the Circle of Holy Animals by Manly P. Hall. The following is taken from The All-Seeing Eye by Manly P. Hall, Volume 5, October 1930, Number 1. Zodiac, the Circle of the Holy Animals. The true astrologer must be more than a mere manager of horoscopes. He must be a philosopher. He is the successor to an exalted order of learning, and he must be true to the high destiny to which his science calls him. The origin of the celestial science is obscured by that night of time which precedes the dawn of history. Yet the elements of astrology are perpetuated in nearly every form of learning. According to the first tradition of the Orphics, the universe was originally divided among 12 gods, or units of rationality. These gods are the ideas, or moads, of universal order. They are the 4 Chaldean triads of divine being, perpetuated in modern astrology under the symbolism of the element triplicity. To each of these 12 ruling gods was assigned a division of the world, and over its own respective division the deity presided, establishing its own mysteries, orders of worship, and those arts and sciences of which it was the peculiar patron. The establishment of the divine orders is beautifully set forth in the myth of Apollo, the sun god, and Python, the great serpent. The sun is the Hierophant, the lord of the mysteries, the exalted being who dwells in the 12 chambers of zodiacal initiation. Upon entering the sign of Scorpion, which is represented by the rocky spur of Mount Parnassus, the sun man found coiled among the rocks Python, the huge reptile which has crawled out of the slime left by the flood. In the Greek account of the deluge, all mortals perished, with the exception of Deucalion and Pyrrha, who repopulated the earth by throwing stones over their shoulders. With his arrows, symbolic of rays of light, Apollo, the solar spirit, slew the evil Python and, casting its body down into the deep crevice in the rocks, established the order of the Delphic mysteries. The noxious fumes arising later from the decaying body of the serpent were the vapors of ecstasy by which the Pythian priestess was caused to enter into an ecstatic state. In his precessional march, the sun thus performs 12 Herculean labors, finding in each age his own peculiar mysteries. The sign accompanying by the sun at the vernal equinox is thus regarded as oracular, for the voice of the sun god is heard speaking through the depths of this sign, from the penetralia of his zodiacal sanctuary in the remotest of the heavens. Through antiquity, the schools of heavenly mysteries existed in every great civilized nation. The constellations visible in the midnight sky were represented upon the earth by shrines and temples of philosophic learning, by schools of an inner wisdom. There were consequently 12 great mysteries from which flowered forth these spiritual truths essential to the well-being of humanity. In like manner, the planets were venerated, the 7 wonders of the ancient world being erected as pinnacles to propitiate these wonders of the sky. Research reveals that the rites of Eris, or the celestial realm, were celebrated in the temple of Jupiter, Ammon, in the Libyan desert, the rites of Taurus in the Egyptian mysteries of Serapis, or the tomb of the heavenly bull, the rites of Gemini in Samothrace, where Castor and Pollux, the Dioscuri, were hymned with appropriate ceremonial, the rites of Cancer in Ephesus, where Diana, the multi-mamma, was revered, the rites of Leo in the Bacchic and Dionysiac mysteries of the Greeks, the rites of Virgo by the Eleusinian mysteries in Attica, and the Christian mysteries of the Virgin Mary. In India, Virgo is Durga, a goddess of great power and dignity. The rites of Libra are peculiarly related to the Roman Catholic Church, and the hieroglyphic of Libra is worn as one of the chief ornaments of the Pope. The rites of the Scorpion are the mysteries of the Apocalypse and the ceremonies of the Zabians. The rites of Sagittarius are the mysteries of the Centaurs. Chiron, one of this vanished race, was the mentor of Achilles. The rites of Sagittarius were of Atlantean derivation, for Poseidon, the lord of the sea, was the patron of the horse. The rites of Capricorn were the mysteries peculiar to the Babylonians, and the composite body of the sea goat signifies that these were celebrated at Babylonian and Nineveh. The rites of Aquarius, the ancient waterman, pertain to the mysteries of Ganymede, the cupbearer of Zeus, and the lord of the ethers, keeper of these waters, which are between the heavens and the earth. The rites of Pisces are those of Onans and Dagon, the fish gods. As St. Augustine writes, there is a sacred fish which was broiled and eaten by the sinful for the redemption of their souls. Pisces is also the sign of the great deluge, when the waters of heaven descending upon earth mark the close of a kalpa, or a cycle of manifestation, when the world cease and the Creator upon his serpent couch floats over the surface of oblivion. Thus, while the origin of man's concept of the zodiacal constellations and the forms which he assigns to them must remain an unsolved mystery, the doctrines found upon the orders of the stars and the wanderings of the planets through the houses of heaven have come to dominate in a most powerful way the affairs of men. The ancient astrologers were wiser than their modern imitators, for they were in possession of a secret doctrine relating to the mysteries of the constellations. If this doctrine could be re-established, it would go far to clarify the all too complicated issues of modern existence and would re-evaluate astrology to its true position of dignity as the cornerstone of the house of human learning. Heathen, pagan, and Christian alike are united by astrology for all faiths, with the possible exception of a few primal forms, are astrology in origin. This fact alone should develop tolerance in matters of religion and incline us to study the sacred science of the stars and learn the inner import of their respective revelations. For the purpose of making more evident the importance of astrology in the mysteries of philosophy and the soul, let us briefly examine a few of the mystical and spiritual allegories founded upon astrology correspondence. James Garfield, court astrologer to Cardinal Richelieu, in his remarkable work, The Talismanic Magic of the Persians, declares that he has discovered the alphabet of the stars by which the celestial writing was caused to appear upon the walls of heaven. Garfield traces the Chaldaic Hebrew characters of the early Jews in the star groups, affirming that the destinies of both men and empires are written in letters of light upon the broad expanse of the firmament. Thus is the universal Bible written in the heavens, and the will of the gods continually made manifest in the combination of the zodiacal consonantal elements and the planetary vowels. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating a little to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description below. Thank you very much.